Okay, and I'm back, and I have, oh, these aren't, some of these are chunks, some of these are smalls, so, and by small I mean like that, so I may use more of the apple. Lately the apple chunks have been kind of disappointing with the Big Green Egg brand. The Weber brand is pretty good. So what we're going to do is we're going to go get set up. I'm going to bring you guys outside so you guys can see the setup. And we'll go from there. It's a nice sunny day here. It's a little bit on the cool side. The temperature dropped about 25 degrees yesterday afternoon. It's only in the upper 60s today, so, but it is a nice sunny day. So, and like I've talked about in other cooks, is you always want to make sure that your grill is nice and clean, and if you need to add more charcoal to the grill, that you do that. Mine actually does need charcoal because its last cook was pretty big. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this. And you always want to make sure your grills have good airflow. And that's always by doing a good cleaning out of them. And what we're doing is we're just cleaning out the bottom of the grill. And now, because this is such a long cook, what you're going to want to make sure is that you fill it pretty good with charcoal. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to take our large chunks, and some of you guys have probably seen how big my charcoal has gotten. And I use the bigger pieces actually for my large egg, just because they'll stay longer. And this is pretty full. I filled it pretty much with more charcoal than I probably need, but because this is a 4-hour cook, it's gonna need all of that charcoal. So what we're gonna do is, we're actually gonna put this in the dead center down there, and I'm gonna go ahead and fire up the grill. Like I said, it takes about 20 to 25 minutes for this to get going. And like I said, I have not put any of the smoking chips in right away, or right this second. And you don't want to really do that. so my grill is going right now. I'm gonna go in, clean off my hands. I'm gonna just let this catch for a while. While the rest of my ribs are relaxing. That's what you want to do for the first part. So I'm gonna stop this video for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, and like magic, I'm back. For part of this cook, I'm not going to be home. I actually have my Jeep, my Gladiator, is at the shop getting an oil change and a tire rotation, so I'm going to have to pick it up later. However, I don't need to worry about my grill because one, it's not that close to the house, and two, I can monitor its temperature with the SmokeBot that I'm going to end up putting on the grill. And I'm going to show you guys that setup in a minute. SmokeBot is a wonderful thing to have if you have a Big Green Egg. They make it for other companies, grills that are allowed to be a smoker. I know they have it for the Commander Joe grills, which are similar to mine. They're just red and not green. Gas grills are different because gas grills are designed to be gas grills. You can certainly do the ribs on a gas grill. I don't know if you are able to do indirect cooking versus direct cooking. I think it's just putting things over the flames so the flame's not shooting up. Check your manufacturers on how to do indirect cooking. I'm sure all of the grills have that. So what we're going to do is we're going to get that set up. I'm going to go grab it and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got the SmokeBot. This is the control panel for the SmokeBot. I can also do it wirelessly. And I'm going to show you. This actually fits the top of my Big Green Egg once it's all plugged in. Now, because these are ribs and not a roast, I don't need to worry about a temperature gauge for the ribs. As a matter of fact, it's really, really, really hard to actually have a temperature gauge for ribs because they're so thin and they're all bones. So you really don't need to worry about a temperature gauge. The temperature gauges are more for if you're going to use this, say you're going to use this with a brisket or a roast or a turkey or any other thick meats. Like I would use the temperature probe if I'm doing a pork shoulder, which we'll be doing later on this summer. So I'm just getting things set up. And the one thing I do need is I need a USB part and I do need a large extension cord. So I'm going to be right back. I'm going to move you guys over here so you can see what's going on. I'm going to grab my extension. And we're gonna bring this outside. Okay. And I'm gonna take the SmokeBot and you guys outside as well so you guys can see this setup. And you don't need to do this right away with the grill. You actually want the grill to stabilize itself before you do this setup. So I'm going to set this right here for a second. I'm going to put this in here. And we're going to get this all set up. go. I'm going to put the cord over here so that the smoke pot is actually sitting over there. So let me get this all set up. I need to move you guys. Cut my camera. And you always want to make sure that the smoke pot is free of is kept nice and clear when you use it. Meaning that it can open and everything. Just putting the cord on. And it's all ready to go. Like I said, you want to wait for the smoke to dissipate so it's not all white. And that usually on this type of a grill takes about 20-25 minutes. So the other things that you're going to need other than the roasting rack is you're going to need a drip pan. Some people use aluminum foil, some use metal. I use the Big Green Egg cast iron. And it's just for a drip pan. You can put water in it, you can put apple juice, you can put almost anything you want in it. Later on, we're going to wrap our ribs and put apple juice in them. You can certainly do it with beer. A lot of people will do it with beer. It adds flavor to your ribs, but you don't want to do that right at the beginning of the cook. You want the ribs to get as much smoke as possible for the first hour of the cook. And like I said, temperature is going to play a huge role in the cooking time. You do not want your grill to go above 275. If you go up to 300, it's okay, but you need to watch your ribs because the higher the temperature, the faster they're going to cook, and you want them to go low and slow so that they actually will start to fall apart at the very end, and they make a very mouth-wateringly tender rib. So I'm going to stop the video right now. I'm going to grab my pans and I'll be right back.